and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs.
Heather Graham. She's from Milwaukee. She was in The Spy Who Shagged Me, and we never touched base on this.
No.
Why are you bringing this up now?
No.
Never. Because I saw it was her birthday recently.
Oh.
She's 51 years old.
Damn.
And she's probably on the Culver's Shorewood wall of fame.
Kelly's icons wall.
Hey, I want to eat a gram of cheese curds. Am I right, guys?
If I make it on that wall, I'm done. I'm good.
Dude.
You can kill me.
Do you think we could do a live episode inside a Culver's?
We could try and...
Hold on, let me turn my camera on. Fellas? Yeah, can I get a double bacon deluxe?
Oh my god, he's inside
he's
Culver's.
there.
Side of fries, and for the drink, I'll do a small vanilla malt.
Scott, can you give me some curds?
Okay, anyways.
I was looking for one of us to do the server. Hold on, wait.
Well, no, the server's right here in front of me. Then we don't...
Mr. Carey, your usual order?
Really
Yes,
leaning
Harley
on this
Quinn.
voice.
I know that, since you and Mr. J broke up, you needed to pick up this job. So, yes, Harley, I would like my usual order.
Do you want to look at my baseball bat?
No, you show it to me every time. I don't know what's going to be different about it this time.
I'm going to skip away and get you your bacon cheeseburger with no acid on it.
Okay, because again, the last time my lower lip has completely disintegrated, so I'd really appreciate it if we didn't do the acid again. Can we be done?
Kelly's mad that we're making fun of Culver's right now. He's like seething.
No. I'm honestly just disappointed. I feel like she had such a bright future ahead of her as a psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum, and now she works at Culver's.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
It's true.
Dude.
Well, this economy, it just goes to show you that this is a K-shaped economy for sure.
There's a lot of money.
Welcome to Spoofs, Goofs, and Novelty Songs.
Hey, we're the podcast about dumb shit.
And I'm Marty.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm Kelly.
Scotty.
Hey, I'm introducing myself. I'm Kelly.
Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt you, Kelly, when you were introducing yourself, Kelly?
Who are you?
I'm Scotty Boy.
Oh, nice to meet you, Scott. Pleasure.
T-Boy.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. It's funny how we've never actually met before doing this podcast.
Yeah, I just keep coming down to my studio here and hitting record and just saying random shit at random intervals into the... Marty's putting a banana on his nose again. Why do you do that? Why do you do stuff only we'll see and then be like, you can't comment on this?
Just don't look at the video like me. Scroll through Twitter while we record.
That's a smart idea. Why would you do that? Why would you actively try to distract me when I'm talking in a way that I can't reference on mic?
Oh, because you can reference it on mic, of course.
Well, because if you force me to, and then is the audience enjoying this? I doubt it.
We'll never know.
There's truly no way we'll ever know.
I think there's a way to get like metadata on where people turn off the podcast, and I imagine it's within like the first 5 seconds.
60 seconds in. Usually it's like the cold open and then they're out.
Yeah, they're like, this is a bad cold open. No thank you. Marty, what are we doing?
This week we're reviewing Isn't It Romantic? A 2019 American romantic comedy film directed by Todd Strauss-Schulson about a young woman played by Rebel Wilson who hates romantic comedies. One day after getting bonked on the head, she finds herself trapped in the very stereotypical rom-coms she so despises. This movie was kind of a hit and was very well received by critics, generally receiving positive reviews. Notably, this was the first leading role for Australian comedian Rebel Wilson, who had spent much of the 2010s as a supporting role scene stealer in many massive films. Bridesmaids, Pitch Perfect, Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, Grimsby, Cats, all your favorites. This is an extremely recent release, so there isn't much to report about this flick. Though obviously we are doing this as our second annual Valentine's Day Spectacular. It's the season of love, gentlemen. What did you
Yeah,
think?
put in some sound effects of some like birds tweeting around
harp?
and like here, I'll do it.
Please, a harp. I'd like a harp.
Yeah.
Barracuda.
Yeah.
right.
And then the Hawaii Five-0 drum fill, of course.
said
All
a
the
harp.
Valentine's Day sounds.
I said a harp, not a heart, Marty. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, duh. Oh, I really just hit myself on the head. Is this a romantic comedy?
Yeah.
That's what
Marty,
happens
you're
in the
stuck in a
movie.
podcast.
Oh, God. My favorite. Oh, no, I love it. I don't have to change anything. I'm good.
Oh, wait, I'm the one in hell. That's right.
What did you guys think about Isn't It Romantic?
Hey, okay. Here's what I think. I came into this. Rebel Wilson, I felt as a man of size, I felt that Rebel Wilson was a class traitor in a sense of like all of her cameos before this have all been like, I'm bloody disgusting, ain't I? Oh, look at me eat this fried chicken in bed. I'm a slob, ain't I? Ain't I in it?
Wrong country.
And I'm like, that's the joke. That's the joke. It seems like the whole shtick of her is just like being gross. And it was nice to, and going into this, that's like all the exposure I had, and I was not expecting to like it. And instead, she played a perfectly relatable, emotionally grounded lead in this movie. And I didn't love it, but I also during the beginning when I like felt my brain going like, here's something to criticize, I'm like, wait a second. This is not for me. They did not make this movie with the idea Scott is gonna love this shit. It was fine. It was a perfectly good like homage / like send up to romantic comedies. They talk about it's a very like trope filled. This is just, it does kind of the same thing that They Came Together does, but a lot more like lovingly. And yeah, I don't know. I just liked it a lot more than I expected to.
I'm with you. I also say this movie was fine. They Came Together as a movie that was made, I feel like, with me in mind. This movie was not made, like you said, for me or for us, but it's not bad. It's a good movie. It still has its very enjoyable moments. Has a lot of good sort of like, oh, aren't romantic comedies stupid? And then like they reference it and they get like self-referential with it, and they break sort of the fourth wall in like kind of a pretty creative way, like without involving the audience. They break it, and because like part of the movie
sex
is
sequence. The
sex sequence and like the song sequences, I feel like, just a lot of different moments of like, they're breaking the fourth wall to move the plot, not to entertain us, which, it's just the way the movie was designed. And yeah, they never, like, I'm with Scott. I'm not a man of size, but
You're kind of the opposite. You're a man of stick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the tall, lanky one.
Mm-hmm.
So
you are the Waluigi to my Wario. That's right.
Yeah,
Marty, you're right in the goddamn middle. You're Mario, okay? Shut up. Nobody, you're not oppressed in any way.
We'll get to that. Shit, what was I gonna? So yeah, I guess my exposure to Rebel Wilson is similar. Actually, I just watched Jojo Rabbit, and she's in that, and it's not her.
And
jokes.
she's like, "Ain't I a stinking Nazi?"
No, it's the opposite, really. She's like, "Yeah, I'm a Nazi." That's like the joke, but it never like references.
Because you never see a
size.
rotund Nazi. That's the joke.
I don't think it was. There was. I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna dive into this.
It's just the Chris Farley thing of like just like being a fat person is the joke.
Yeah, but I'm saying at least in Jojo Rabbit, that wasn't the goal. But in other movies, I agree that she's in where she's a side character. I think that's kind of how she climbed to fame. Was like,
look at me, I'm Jenny Any Dots, the bloody stinking cat, ain't I?
Yep. Sure. Is that
He just wants to do the accent, Kelly. You just gotta let him do it. You just gotta let him do it.
Run off with this. In Jojo Rabbit, the joke is that she's a Nazi. That's pretty much it. Maybe they'd make some jokes about her being a woman, but yeah. She's funny. I guess is what I'm trying to say, is that she's just genuinely funny and charismatic and probably deserves more leading roles than she gets. And I'm glad that this movie was well received because it was good. Wasn't bad.
I was going to say, I came into it with the exact same mentality of like my expectations were really low. Again, like Scott, like I've seen her in tons of other things, and usually it's like, okay, this is kind of a one-note bit that they always use her for. And then this movie, I was like...
Do you need me to describe the one-note bit, Marty? Because I can do that.
Go ahead.
Scott, go ahead.
Nah, that's okay. I think people get it.
He didn't expect me to say yes. He's like, oh, Marty's going to not let me do it. Nope, go ahead.
I'm eating a full plate of fried chicken, ain't I? Cheerio.
God. Yeah, genuinely, I thought this movie was like good. The opening is a little rough, but the way they do the opening is they set up the story arc of the entire movie in the first like 10 minutes, and then everything we see in the first 10 minutes, they do a take on that in the like rom-com world. And I was watching this the whole time being like, I'm not mad at this movie at all. Like they get what they're making fun of, and they're doing like a lot of really creative stuff. The sex scene thing I referenced is she tries to have sex with Liam Hemsworth in this movie, and every time she tries to like have sex with him, it flashes forward to the next morning, and so she has to keep trying to do it, but like the world rules are not letting her do this. I thought this was like, when I was watching this, I thought of Last Action Hero, and how Last Action Hero did not cleanly define the normal world and the special world, and how this movie does it. This movie does it to the extent that it's like a little grating at first, but the payoff of like how they do all these romantic comedy bits, the music in this movie, I think is another like great example that Kelly brought up. I think the songs that are like the rom-com classics are mixed like slightly louder than the rest of the score, so that it's like a little grating every time like Making My Way Downtown starts. Like it's just like a little annoying, and it's perfect. I just think the movie like gets exactly what it's making fun of, and kind of just does it well the whole time. It's not a perfect movie. There's some weak parts, but this was like genuinely, I was like, damn, this was not bad. This was like I enjoyed watching this movie.
The thing I was going to say with Rebel Wilson is it seems like, you know, your Jack Blacks, like you have to take these roles in Hollywood of just like being like the joke is that a fat person is existing doing normal stuff before you can become a lead, and then once you just like pay your dues of being bloody disgusting, ain't I, then then you get to be a lead. The one thing I'll say, the comparison to Last Action Hero is interesting because the one note I think I have like structurally for just like the in Last Action Hero, the kid's like, this is a movie, I'm in a movie, like instantly. And then this one, I think it takes RW a little too long to realize that it's like it just gets to be frustrating as the audience after a second, like, okay, if this was me, I would know by now. Like, or don't you remember talking about this she's aware enough to eventually realize that she's in a rom-com, but she doesn't get the irony of like, oh, and I was talking about this for 4 hours straight right before this happened. You'd maybe put that together.
That's maybe fair. I thought it was the right amount of time that it went from her not knowing to her knowing, but I don't think you're wrong. Yeah,
I didn't have too much of a problem with it. I think the payoff is similar though, like of her being like, I'm in a fucking romantic comedy or whatever, and it's just like,
ain't I?
It's ain't I? And it's kind of just like I don't know, it's like a weird moment where it's like you really have to dumb it down for the viewer, don't you, to be like, okay, now she knows. But again, the movie's
but then
not
they
made
do
for
the
me.
joke of she can't swear because the diegetic sound covers the swear.
I like that though. That's
I love that word, diegetic. I love that you're bringing it up I went to college. I had a whole course on diegetic sounds, 101.
I remember that quiz we had in film school where they play like a violin during a sad song, and you're like, non-diegetic, and then they do like, hey, I'm walking here. Oh, that's diegetic.
Diegetic.
A plus for me.
They put your head into
Also,
that
I might
box
have it
and they put
backwards.
headphones on you. No, you're right.
No, you're right.
Oh, phew, good.
So they came together. If we compare it to that one, They Came Together is like very tongue-in-cheek and very mean-spirited. Like it's like, and it's also just like does not guide the audience's hand too much. There's literally like the basketball sequence, which is like not even necessarily related to anything specific in romantic comedies. Just like it's just specifically related to like the dialogue type of romantic comedies. And this movie is like they literally like play clips from like Pretty Woman and Wedding Singer, just so like you're not missing the point. They're like, okay, we're not trusting the audience. This movie doesn't trust the audience at all, which I think is a compliment to it.
This audience, they're not going to know what we're referencing here, so let's roll the clip so that they know that we are making a good joke here. Like,
I think it's just to remind the audience. I think they know the audience knows, but it's
I know.
Maybe not everybody has seen fucking Pretty Woman in the last
I'm
365
giving them
days.
too much shit. It's not bad. It's like really not that bad. I just think it is kind of funny that they sort of dumb it down for the viewer. Because like also, who do you know that watches romantic comedies as like a dissertation, you know, like it's not like
David Wayne.
Yeah, David Wayne. But I'm just saying, like, if it's not something that like, yeah, you kind of get what they're referencing, but it's like also, oh, it's nice that they pointed out because like maybe you don't know, or maybe it's those types of movies aren't the type of movie that you memorize line for line unless you're a crazy person, which there are, you know, some people out there, but yeah, I don't know. It's a fun one.
Yeah, I'm just nitpicking it. Like, I don't think it's necessarily like that much worse. I just think it's done cleaner and better, and They Came Together. To compare to They Came Together, though, in one specific bit, this movie sets up a changing room montage bit, and then they just move along from it. We don't even actually see it. And then in They Came Together, that's like the worst joke they do in They Came Together was
that's
like
the one.
they did a
You
montage.
don't like it. That's the worst.
I didn't like it.
That's a subjective opinion. And it's fine. She comes out in a night costume, and it's funny, okay?
Disclaimer, not all the co-hosts share my opinion.
No, absolutely not.
I
Did
see
you
the
listen to
middle
our pun
ground
bit
here.
last week?
Scott agreed with me on all of them, so.
Yeah, again, They Came Together, made for me. Isn't It Romantic, made for my sisters. That's basically.
I
all you
felt
need
the
to know.
exact same way. I'm like, my sister could watch this and enjoy it and take away a good message from it. So who am I to be like, this had third act problems?
I just genuinely like this movie. Like, it's actually, I felt like a movie about a cynic becoming like a person who like has self-respect for themselves and as well as and like starts to like buy into like being an optimistic person. That's just shit for me, honestly. Like I was like, this is the kind of shit I like. I like movies like this. This is why I like Shrek so much, because I'm like, Shrek is just about a cynic who becomes a romantic, and I like that.
And you cry every time you watch it.
As a sidebar, one of my favorite things about being friends with Scott, and I miss going to movies with him, because we walk into a movie theater and he's talking with me. He's like, yeah, so work was pretty rough this week. And then as soon as we go in, one foot in the AMC, it's like he's got 2 black cherry warheads stuck in the back of his cheeks. And he's like, yeah, I'll have 1 ticket to Titanic, please. And he just like immediately gets that tone of voice and gets so like throughout the movie talks that way. It's my favorite part about watching movies with Scott is how cynical he becomes.
I become a film goblin. That's right.
He's like, I like to watch The Room because it's the best movie I've ever seen.
Oh, this trailer is so bad. I'm not going to see this.
I'm not gonna see that one. Looks like it's gonna have third act problems.
It's his catchphrase. He always says that. He always says third act problems.
Yeah, or if I see a trailer that like vaguely reminds me of any other movie on Earth, I'm like, I think I've seen this one before.
My favorite joke was when, you know, his catchphrase, third act problems. We're watching the trailer for a Whoopi Goldberg movie, and he's like, this one's gonna have sister act problems. Am I right, folks? And the whole
true.
theater
Yeah.
erupted in laughter.
And then I look down at my Act 2 popcorn and I'm like, just right. Hey, you guys remember just a couple months ago when Rebel Wilson lost a bunch of weight, and then on Thanksgiving, like it was like she like had recently like posted pictures of it or whatever, and then E! News tweeted, "We're thankful for Rebel Wilson's weight loss."
I don't remember this.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine E! News around the dinner table, and E! News's like aunt is like, "All right, let's go around the table and
What are you guys thankful for?
yeah,
I'm thankful for Mr. J.
yeah."
So Liam Hemsworth, they do the accent switch thing with Liam Hemsworth. I just wanted to point that out. That's another little like, just I like that they did that. It was a nice. I was like, this is a very funny thing to do.
That was
that
Liam, wasn't it? I couldn't tell which Hemsworth it was. Couldn't tell.
Yeah,
No
because
idea.
Chris is Thor.
Snore. If it was Mad Magazine, Chris Flumsworth. No, I don't know.
Chris Hems, your shirt worth. The Workaholics guy, Adam Devine, that whole plot line of like the friend zone stuff, that was my one big problem with this movie. I was like, I feel like this has been made. This is like, you make fun of romantic comedies the whole time, and you're really tongue in cheek about the whole thing, except for this one thing that happens in every romantic comedy, and they just like did that too. I was like,
Yeah, they really
and his character
threw
was
that
like a
in.
little nothing. He was just
Well-
he was a manic pixie dream guy, basically.
Man,
It was
Trixie
like,
Dream Boy.
I think that's like one of the things he's typecasted for is just someone with like realistic standards of
Yes.
not an asshole, I guess, is like the goal when he gets typecasted in a lot of these like side roles. He plays like the same exact character on Modern Family,
right.
which we also talked about recently in the chat in our
Oh, yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
chat. Anyways, his character falls flat, and it's really unrewarding when she's in the romantic comedy universe and then realizes, oh, she just has to love herself, and then goes back to the main world, and then she's like still like falls in love with Adam. And
Yeah.
it's like maybe take some time for to like, I don't know, to explore your confidence and self-worth before diving
Yeah.
into a relationship right away. But
And the same thing with his character kind of not having enough texture. Then the wrong girl that he's gonna end up with, her real world equivalent is just a billboard.
yeah,
Billboard.
Which
Yeah.
I wish they could have played more with that person, like in real life, that person's a real person, like a full 3-dimensional. It's not just like
Yeah.
nobody's just the wrong guy or the wrong girl. There's still a 3-dimensional human. So
Yeah.
I
Or
wish
like-
they could have like talked about that more, how like that gets oversimplified in romantic comedies.
Yes.
And then the other thing, the other character who I think didn't get enough, or like there was more there they could have done and left on the table, was the best friend character, where like they did enough where they're like making the point of like in the real world she's her like very fun easygoing friend, and then in romantic comedies, like if there's another woman in the office it has to be her nemesis. But I just like that actress so much. She's
Yeah,
one of the
she was
leads
really
in
good.
Glow, and she's like super good on that show, and I think that she has like a perfect blend of like comedic timing. A lot like when she's describing,
She was so funny.
when she's describing her day, like I wake up and I'm like this, but then I watch these romantic comedies, I'm like this, and she does this like really like I don't even know what kind of smile. It's just really funny. I wish they would have done
Yeah.
more with her character in the rom-com world.
She carried the opening. I was like, one of my first notes was like, I love Betty Gilpin in this movie. She's so fucking funny in this. And like every time she came up, I'm with you. I'm like, I kind of wish she was like the main best friend in the movie. Like she was really fun.
And then in Glow, it's just funny that she can be comedic, and then in Glow, which is like, you know, a funny
Not at
show,
all.
she's
Yeah.
she's very tragic. But I mean, that just shows that she has incredible range as an actress. Put her in more stuff. Come on.
She's great. I think she's like Emmy nominated multiple times for Glow, right? I think both of her and Alison Brie were, if I remember correctly.
Hey, why don't you use that in your cheese quiz?
Alison Brie. Well, There's also 2 musical numbers in this that have absolutely no comedy to them at all. They're clearly just there because they wanted to do some musical numbers.
It's like,
They're
dude,
literally
if I
no
wanted,
jokes in
if
them.
I wanted this, I would watch Pitch Perfect 1, 2, or 3.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
but again, not made for me. They weren't like awful, but it was very much like, I don't know. You could like write ahead of this movie. You know what I mean? Like you're watching it and you're just like, you know what's kind of, they're setting up all these
Jenny
dominoes to
Anydots
fall.
herself making another musical appearance. I thought she was going to take off her coat and reveal a cat suit. Where's Mr. Mistopheles?
As a spoof.
Where's McCavity?
As a spoof, 7 out of 10. This movie is not really trying too hard to be above the audience, and I actually appreciated that with this one. A pleasant surprise. This was enjoyable, especially as a spoof. The spoof parts are the best parts, which is 6 out of 10 as a movie. Some of this is really weak, but the spoof world aspect is like pretty entertaining. Like if you watch like the middle 60 minutes of this movie, you would just have a good time. There's a lot of really clever bits in this, and Rebel Wilson is just like relatively charming. She has a lot of like her improv asides, kind of like there's always like in these kinds of movies you can tell it's really tightly scripted, but that they always let her do like a joke at the end of the scene, and it's like okay Rebel, you get to do one joke at the end of the scene. That's like in like certain Judd Apatow movies, you can always tell when they're like, oh, the scene as written is over, it's time to do some improv. And in this, she like just does one quick joke, gets out of the scene, and they're all pretty entertaining. So yeah, it's a decent movie.
It's interesting. I think it's very telling that instead of calling it the rom-com world, you call it the spoof world. Are you saying there's some kind of sequel you'd like to write, maybe starring yourself?
Spoof world?
Where you get bonked on the head and perhaps...
Oh my god. And the world is like a parody world or something? Holy shit, you guys, we have got to get to the writing room.
As a movie, I'm going to give it a solid, not for myself, but for the rest of the world, 8 out of 10. There's nothing, this is a perfectly well-executed movie. And as a spoof, again, I'll give that an 8 out of 10 too, because it's like, I know exactly what they're making fun of. They set up all the tropes and they knock them on down. Now you're saying that, your complaint about my Rebel Wilson impression is that she's Australian, not British.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can, hold on. Oh, I'm bloody disgusting, ain't I? I'm eating the shrimp on the barbie, ain't I?
He did it. Yay.
Okay, there you have it. A perfect Rebel Wilson impression. Kelly?
As a movie, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's good. I don't know. I like all my criticisms. I feel like I'm too harsh on some of these movies. I'm such a cynic. But this one's good. It's just fun. I don't know if it'd be the first one I recommend, but at the same time, like, for a romantic comedy, pretty fun, pretty solid, pretty up a lot of people's alleys, I think. Like, it's a good way to waste an hour and a half, 2 hours. As a spoof, 7 out of 10. I think it does a really good job of, making fun of romantic comedy content, and has fun with it. And if you really like romantic comedies, I think you'd really like this one. So that's all I gotta say. That's it.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Do you have a novelty song for us?
Boy, do I. You guys know Sonic 3? You guys heard of this game?
Yeah, like the back of my hand.
Oh, really?
Green Hill Zone? Are you kidding me?
I think that's Sonic 1. Knuckles is expansion
Miles
to Sonic
Tails
3.
Prower?
He's in it. Now you're getting there. Now we're making progress. You guys know who did the music for Sonic 3? Oh, yeah, you started out strong with
Bop. Yeah.
That's right. Today we're doing bop, fellas. No. Michael Jackson did the music for Sonic 3. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little segment on this sort of
on
the history
Wacko
of it.
Eesh.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll get to that. So in 2005, Roger Hector, who oversaw development of Sonic 3, admitted that Sega had hired Michael Jackson to compose the music of the game.
He admitted it? Like it was a crime?
Well, it was like under wraps for a long time. So Jackson was a fan of the Sonic games. He collaborated with Sega on the 1990 arcade game Moonwalker, and his team worked for 4 weeks in 1993 at Record One in Los Angeles, where they developed fully fledged tracks with extensive samples of Jackson beatboxing. So I don't really know how much Jackson had to do with like the technological side of producing the music, but I believe he did compose a lot of the songs.
But he certainly did go.
And it's pretty close to some of the songs in the game, actually. So Roger Hector said, it had a signature Michael Jackson sound, and if you like listen to the music in the game, some of those fucking songs are really, really good. But here's what happened. Around the time of the game's development, that was when the first child sexual abuse allegations against Jackson started to emerge. Brad Buxer, who was Jackson's musical director, said they didn't receive any instructions to halt work on the songs.
So that's why he admitted, as opposed to announced, that Michael Jackson was working.
Yeah, it was very much like under wraps, and Buxer, like he basically finished the soundtrack. It was sent to Sega, and according to Roger Hector, the involvement was terminated following the allegations. But like I said, Buxer says no, that we still worked on it and sent it off and just didn't get credited for it. So Buxer and the other two members of Jackson's team said the music remained. Jackson remained uncredited because he was unhappy with how the Genesis replicated his music. So I think, like I said, he composed it, and then when you hear it on the Sega Genesis, he didn't like the way it sounded, is what one side says, and the other side says, no, it's not Michael Jackson. We initially collaborated with him, but then the allegations came out, and we redid the music that he made.
This is shrouded in mystery.
Yeah, Jackson recorded an a cappella demo tape for the game. Sega was unable to use the compositions due to the allegations.
Acapella demo tape.
Well, that was what, like I said, I think Jackson composing was like mostly acapella.
So he's like, it's gonna go like this.
If you listen to Billie Jean's demo, that's how it is. It's like him beatboxing every layer, and it's impressive. An anonymous source involved in development told Game Trailers that Jackson's contributions remain, such as the theme for Carnival Night Zone, and that Jackson had chosen to remain uncredited. Buxer, the keyboardist and musical producer for Jackson, said that the Sonic 3 credits music became the basis for Jackson's 1996 single, Stranger in Moscow, and in 2013, fans discovered that the music for Ice Cap Zone closely resembles a previously unreleased 1982 track by Buxer's band The Jetsons, Hard Times. In 2019, Game Revolution's Alex Donaldson noted that Sonic 3 had been re-released less frequently since Jackson's death in 2009, and speculated that this was due to legal problems with his estate. So I thought we'd give the credits a listen here.
Oh my fucking god.
Kelly.
Listener, a couple things just happened. We found out that Marty's recording stopped working, and it just so happened to happen around the time that Kelly, why don't you tell us what you did?
I think they already know. I bet Marty already played a little bit for him, huh? You guys just got rickrolled, baby. You just got rickrolled. You think I was going to do a Sonic segment during Valentine's Day? No, I'm going to do Never Gonna Give You Up, the most famous prank love song of all time.
No strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I.
When Kelly sent us the link, it was literally just the link, and usually there's like a preview that comes up with the link that we sent, but Kelly must have specifically just made it the link so we wouldn't see how he's like, you little shit.
He's smart. He's savvy, baby.
All
right, tell me about Rick Astley.
You want to hear about it? It started, tell you about Audacity?
Tell us about Audacity.
Rick Audacity.
It was started, you're not going to believe who started this crazy internet trend. 4chan.
The trolls. Yeah.
The trolls on 4chan.
Over at 4chan, yep.
It started in 2007 and gained popularity around then. The name actually comes from a different prank called duck rolling. So Moot, the famous 4chan moderator, replaced the word egg on the forum with the word duck. On one thread where the word egg roll became duck roll, a user created an image of a duck with wheels, and the image caught on across 4chan, and the image would be the target of a hyperlink with an otherwise interesting title, with a user clicking through having been said to have been duck rolled. And then in March 2007, the first trailer for the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 4 was released onto Rockstar Games' website. Viewership was so high that it crashed Rockstar's site, and several users helped post mirrors of the videos on different sites. But one user on 4chan had linked to the Never Gonna Give You Up video claiming to be the trailer, tricking numerous readers into the bait and switch. The practice quickly replaced duck rolling for other alluring links and generally pointing to Rick Astley's video, thus creating the practice of Rick rolling. Duck rolling is some classic internet shenanigans that I never knew about, but if you ever look up the image of duck roll, it's very tame. It's stupid. The Never Gonna Give You Up expanded even more on 4chan on April Fool's Day in 2007 and led to the trick expanding to other sites like Fark and Dig later that year, quickly gaining the name of Rick Rolling based on the prior duck rolling. Fun,
yeah, the
right?
duck roll is a lot. It's photorealistic. I was expecting a crudely drawn MS Paint thing.
Yeah. So to pad out the segment, I thought we would listen to friend of the show Tay Zonde's cover of this song if we have some time.
Oh my god, it's the same fucking... There's a bit.ly link. What was I thinking? Of course.
I knew it as soon as I saw it. I was like, "Oh my god!"
So this leads me to what I was gonna say. I feel like the reason it's funny is because you know exactly that drum fill. It's so jarring that
It really just launches into the song every time.
Oh god, Tay Zonde's cover.
It was so believable. Why wouldn't there be that?
Oh fuck, that was so good, Kelly.
So where do you guys? Well, if you want to talk about the song, feel free.
That's it. That's all I got. I just wanted to mention that the drum fill is part of why it's such a good
Yes,
it's iconic.
It's an endearing prank because it's not the most awful song in the world. I don't know. It's not I don't think it's as annoying of a song as it could be. I think Rick Astley sort of embraced it too. I don't know how good of a person he is in general, but
he embraced that check. I'm pretty sure he embraced all of a sudden becoming relevant again after 20 years
at
of
the
obscurity.
same time, there are plenty of big ego famous people that just hate being the one-hit wonder and being known for one thing in particular. And Rick Astley was just no, in 2008, I think it was, for Cartoon Network, they were doing a Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends float, and he interrupted it midway through and Rick rolled the parade, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. So
now that's fun.
I think it would be really funny if he did a live show and he opened with Never Gonna Give You Up because of course, and then he kept telling them all right, we're gonna play a new song for you guys. And he just keeps playing over.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if he's done something like that. He's just I don't think maybe he gets frustrated with it every once in a while, but at the same time I don't he's fully embraced it. He'll just be yeah, I'll help you pull this prank off. I don't know. I haven't read about too many negative stories about him, so I hope.
Tell us about the ones you have read.
All of them. I mean, the Cartoon Network one was one, and
that was a negative story.
No, I'm saying I said I haven't read a negative story about him.
You said you haven't read too many, so I just want to know about the few that you have read.
I misspoke.
Gotcha. Oh my god, I fucking gotcha.
You fucking got it. Yeah, there was problems in the third act of this podcast. So I don't know. I don't have much more to say. Where do you guys think it peaked on Billboard Hot 100?
Oh, number 7 for sure.
Number one.
It is number 1. Yeah. Hot 100 for the year. What do you guys think it peaked?
Number 7 with a fucking bullet. Lucky number 11. Come on, baby.
I'll say it peaked for the year 10.
Mm-hmm. Number 4.
Damn.
Surprisingly popular. I didn't know about the song obviously until its emergence in 2007, 2008, but it was popular when it came out too.
You wouldn't get this from any other guy.
This is in the billions. including YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. How many plays does the
God.
song have?
7 with a. Oh my God! We know it's 7.
I'm gonna go 7.1.
All right, Scott gets it. It's 2.5 billion is what
Damn
it said on Wikipedia, but who knows?
Hold on,
how
let me
accurate
finish
that
my
is.
answer. Billion.
Oh, I thought you were talking billion. Yeah. So that's Rick Rollin, baby. Very fun, very good internet times.
I'm still gonna list this in the iTunes description. It's still gonna say Sonic 3. I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You gotta. I'm sorry for pranking you, our dear viewers, twice, but I'm just trying to have. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. So never gonna give you up,
Wow.
Marty.
That's Mr. J to you.
Oh my god. Can you put Marty on the phone, please?
Who are you?
Yeah, I'll get Marty for you. He's in the back flipping some cheeseburgers at Culver's. Because that's the bit we were doing earlier.
Okay, so we're talking to Harley Quinn right now, but also Marty works with you at Culver's,
I'll go
and you
get
call
him.
him Mr. J.
Mr.
Do I have
J.
that right?
Yes.
Do I have that
Recording
right?
at the
Okay.
Culvers was a mistake. This was a big fucking mistake.
Hey, Kelly. Harley just asked me to come up front. What's up?
Yeah, I had a question. Do you have a novelty product for us?
I do. I sent it to you guys in the chat. This week's novelty product is the world's largest six-pack. The world's largest six-pack is exactly
Marty,
what it sounds
put your
like.
shirt down.
Oh, it's really, well, damn, dude. You're a beefy
The world's
boy.
largest six-pack is 6 beer tanks painted to look like a six-pack of beer, and you can find this in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Whoa.
The company Old Style originally painted the sides of these beer tanks in 1969. They went out of business in
Nice.
1999, and the La Crosse Brewery took over the brewery where these beer tanks were based and repainted them to say La Crosse Brewery. These tanks contain a total of 22,220 barrels of beer, or 688,000 gallons, which would be roughly 7.5 million cans of beer. Obviously, this giant six-pack is a beloved tourist attraction, but it is also an example of something called novelty architecture. Novelty architecture, also called programmatic or mimetic architecture, is defined as a style in which a building or structure is given unusual shapes for purposes such as advertising or copying other structures. This encompasses most statues, like the Statue of Liberty is considered a novelty architecture, as well as like every roadside attraction, casinos, water towers, McDonald's arches, White Castles, other famous buildings like the Capitol Records building is supposed to be like a stack of vinyl records.
Space Needle.
The Space Needle, including like 1,000 different Paul Bunyan statues and designs. Basically any building shaped to look like something other than a building. We've covered this a little bit before with like House on the Rock and other things like that. So if you're interested
Don't
at all,
remind us.
for this week's novelty quiz, we are going to pull up a classic. I have a ranker.com list of the best tourist attractions in America. And we're looking at the top 15 attractions, and we're going to go one at a time here. The first person to guess 5 of the top 15 will win the quiz and a beautiful trip to one of the attractions they guessed. So keep in mind, though, this list is not just like, it's not just buildings or places. It includes like natural things as well. So there's like, for example, there are some parks are in here.
There's a prize?
Yes, you'll get a free trip to one of the places you guess.
But and you said that the tickets are null and void after 1 week from now, right?
Yes, correct. You have to use them during the pandemic. Kelly gets to go first since Scott won last week's quiz. So
Mount
Kelly, you're
Rushmore.
first. Mount Rushmore is on the list at number 10, Mount Rushmore National Memorial.
Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty, number 8. Number 8.
Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon coming in at number 2, Kelly taking the lead 2-1.
Disney World.
Walt Disney World at number 11. Scott ties it up.
Disneyland.
Ooh, Kelly, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Disneyland is not in the top 25 even.
That's insane.
I have a question.
Similar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
what if it has more than one location, but they all fall under the same name? Say, for example, Six Flags.
Six Flags.
I think it's... So Six Flags is not on the list. I'm going to count that as a guess.
No, I was asking a question. And giving an example.
It is like...
If I thought Six Flags was on the list, I would have just said... If Six Flags was my guess, I would have said Six Flags.
So, for example, Walt Disney World is on the list. Walt Disneyland is not. So it is like a specific thing. So there's no like chains on here, let's say.
Okay.
All right. Six Flags.
Okay, Scott, nope, it's not Six Flags.
The St. Louis Arch.
Ooh, Kelly, what comes in with the St. Louis Arch? Not in the top 15. It comes
I'm
in...
offended.
Wow, it's still scrolling. Disneyland was number 33 for what it's worth. Okay, I'm not going to keep scrolling.
Remind me what this list is again? Just tourist destinations?
Tourist attractions.
Tourist attractions. So like a city wouldn't count. It has to be...
I will say one of the top 15 is a neighborhood in a city.
Times Square.
Ooh, that was a good guess, but it is not Times Square. 2-2.
Yellowstone.
Kelly gets number 1. Kelly gets Yellowstone National Park. 3-2.
Number 1. Chinatown in San Francisco.
Nope. I don't think
The
you're going
Golden
to get
Gate Bridge.
Kelly gets it. 4-2. Scott, I don't think you should try guessing this. I don't think you're going to get it.
Oh, I won't guess then. Okay, Kelly, go.
No, I mean, don't guess the neighborhood one is what I'm saying.
Lake Tahoe.
No, Kelly.
The Bean.
No bean.
All right, that's
Chicago
fine.
bean.
Millennium Park, which contains the bean.
No.
The Willis Tower.
No.
The Empire State Building.
Scott gets another one. Empire State Building, number 13. 4-3, Kelly leads.
Oh my God, I can't think of any now. The Hoover Dam.
Ooh. Not in the top 15.
That was a good guess, though.
Yeah, you can find pictures of that one.
That was a good guess.
Space Needle? Did we say Space Needle already?
Space Needle is not in the top 15.
Oh, that was a good guess.
They were at number 35 for Hoover Dam, number 36 for the Space Needle.
Oh, fucking, what's the neighborhood in New Orleans?
French Quarter.
Bourbon Street.
Not Bourbon Street. Scott,
Damn.
what did you say?
I'll give Kelly it. He
He
just
got
couldn't find the word
French.
fine.
I didn't know
Whatever.
French
Quarter.
We're tied up. Scott gets the neighborhood finally.
Oh,
the
yeah.
French Quarter in New Orleans.
Oh, I've been coveting that neighborhood answer.
That's a good one. The Brooklyn Bridge.
No.
The Washington Monument.
Incorrect.
The White House.
No.
The National Mall.
No.
The Mall of America.
No. I love this quiz. so
Darth
much.
Mall.
It's just me saying no. No.
House on the Rock.
I wish, but no, it's not on the list.
Wisconsin Dells.
Not on the list.
I'm running out of these quick fire guesses. I'm running out fast.
Most of these are...
Niagara Falls.
Kelly gets it. It is Niagara Falls was number 5. So the remaining ones on the list, Glacier
How many are
National
left?
Park, there were 7 more left. Or wait, no, 5 to 9, so 6 more were left.
Don't let
How we
us
doing on
guess.
time?
We're on a roll here.
You guys want to keep guessing? We can.
Do it.
Well, how about give us clues? Give us clues for the
Give
last
us clues.
couple.
Give us clues.
I said Glacier, so we're gonna ignore that one.
Wait. Glacier National Park.
The North Pole.
Number 4 is another famous national park in the western part of the United States.
Death Valley.
Mount Zion.
No,
Not Mount Zion.
Oh.
What's the fucking name of this place?
Joshua Tree. Buttes.
you're thinking just Zion. It is not Zion,
Yeah.
and
Shit.
Death Valley is closer. I will say.
Redwood Park, California.
So close. There's another one very close by. A very famous one. It's in Central California, this one.
Napa Valley grape juice.
Golden Gate Park. The park around the Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge is one of the other ones on this list. So yes, you do get that.
I already
one.
guessed
Pretty
that.
sure Kelly guessed that, yeah.
He said
got
the
that
Brooklyn Bridge.
He
No, I
also said the Golden Gate Bridge.
earlier.
He said the Golden Gate Bridge.
We all agree.
Number 4 is Yosemite National Park.
Yosemite. Okay.
Number 6, another famous building, institution, museum in Washington, D.C.
The Jenny Craig
Smithsonian.
Museum of Weight Loss.
Scott got it. The
The
Smithsonian.
Smithsonian
I thought it was
Jenny
the
Craig
pause.
Museum.
Number 9, a famous mountain range.
The Rockies.
Appalachians? The Appalachian
Scott.
Trail?
Scott got it. The Rocky Mountains. Number 12, we have 3 more left. Number 12 is another Washington-based monument.
The Lincoln
and we got-
Memorial.
Oh, yeah,
Kelly
oh, yeah.
gets it.
Yeah.
Number 13 is a building in New York City.
The World Trade Center.
The World Trade Center.
I love that roadside attraction.
Yeah. Hey, pull over.
It's not that.
The World Trade Center Memorial Site thing.
No, that's because it's the World Trade Center now. That's it's
There's a Jay-Z album named after this.
the Madison
Blue.
Square Garden.
No.
New York, I love you. The I Heart
It's-
New York T-shirt stand.
Alicia
in-
Keys.
It's in Midtown. Wait, is this a Jay-Z album? Empire State of Mind? Isn't that
No, it's
Jay-Z?
a song.
Yeah.
but
Oh, so the
yeah.
Empire State Building, like I said?
Yeah. When did you,
You
say
said that earlier.
Oh my god.
No.
After
he
I said
said-
Willis Tower.
I thought. Oh, I didn't hear you then. I thought you said Sears Tower.
Oh, it's weird because you gave
I
me
said
points
Willis
for it.
Tower, and he said Empire State. You're the worst
Maybe
quiz
I
host
did.
I've ever heard of.
I'm losing it, guys.
Kelly, let's walk off. We're done.
I'm walking. No, wait, I want to hear the rest of this, and then
The
I'm
last
walking.
one.
I'm
Number
already oh my god, Kelly's a scab.
Number 15 is a park in Utah.
Goblin Head.
No,
SLC Punk.
not that movie.
Salt Lake City Park.
Nope.
Yeah,
Big
'cause
old
Salt Lake
desert
City
park.
Sucks. The Salt Lake sucks. It's not fun.
Flat Dry Park.
Both of Scott's guesses are so close, but those are not the answer.
Park City Park.
It's in the eastern side of.
That helps
Utah.
me. not
Okay,
at
that
all.
narrows it down.
This list made by a Mormon. Is
Just
this
say
where
it. I have to
Jesus
pee so
Christ-
bad. Just say
Okay,
it.
it's Arches National Park, which was a surprise because that's a really small park. But
Yeah, but it's a good one. I've heard.
It is
I've
good.
heard from my Utahian friends.
Arches is very good. That's one of my favorite national parks.
Oh,
All right, I'm
Mr.
done.
Culture over here.
Now, Scott, we walk off. We're out of here. I'm done. We got two of our guesses got thrown into the trash by Marty. Golden Gate Bridge and Empire State Building. We didn't get any points for that, and we deserve them.
Wait a second. I'm looking at the tabulation machine and it says Dominion on the side.
Oh no! Oh, they got us again! Not again!
Can you send me a link to that, Scott?
Yeah,
And it's-
here. Hold
is
on a
it
second.
not- Wait, this is Rick Astley.
We're no strangers to love.
You know the rules. And so do I. I don't have it.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Next week, we're gonna do some random rom
Thank
comedy.
you for listening.
I just want to say
Novelty.
thank you for listening.
Play us off, Marty.
I already have been.